Hello, world.
And we are locked in. Myself, Max Van Auken, Dave the Wave, always looking fresh.
Thanks, Cuzzo. You too, my man.
I appreciate you. Guys, all podcast platforms locked in with 2 N's. Download and subscribe, and we cannot emphasize this enough. 5 stars and leave a comment.
Absolutely. It really does help. It helps us with sponsors.
You laughing already, Dave? Are you laughing already? We're not restarting this episode.
I got the giggles, Cuzzo. I'm feeling good.
You are spiking over there, Dave. But anyway, so guys, we have the pleasure of having Jordan Griffin, UFC fighter, Saturday, December 15th, competing on UFC Fox 31. He's a featherweight. He's our friend. He's been on Locked In a couple times already, so it's always a pleasure to speak with him.
It's the last UFC on Fox. Pretty historic.
Yeah, and Jordan Griffin will be a part of it. So, guys, I hope you enjoy this as much as we do. You sound great.
You sound good.
Okay, maybe that was it.
Don't get the vanilla bean. Too many calories in there, my man.
I'll watch you like this.
Jordan, man, we appreciate you giving us your time, seriously, because you have a fight coming up December 15th, UFC Fox 31. So we truly appreciate every time you give us the time to speak with you.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm not bougie yet. No, I'm joking.
But let's talk about your fight. So clearly, like I said, you have a fight coming up, Fox. How do you feel? How's fight camp been? Your weight, all that good stuff going into this fight?
Everything's been really good, actually. It's been better than it has been in a long time. I just kind of got myself fixed up after the Contender Series, you know what I mean? So I went and got my back straightened out. They said the whole top part of my neck was locked up completely, and the whole bottom part of my back was locked up. And they said I had a disc like shifted in the middle of my back. So they were like,
Damn.
how are you walking? So but I got it all straightened out, and it's like one of those things. I was like so stiff and kind of in pain for so long that I didn't notice. Like it's really hard for me to tell when I'm in pain. So like it's nice. Like now I'm like, oh shit! I wake up every morning. I'm sleeping a lot better. I've been going to cryo fit. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Yeager? I was at Pius today, Mr. Yeager. I went and I wrestled with my old high school coaches and the high school team. So that was pretty cool. Sorry, I just changed directions.
Oh, no worries. So is that your base is wrestling?
No, actually, I'd say it's boxing and jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm always trying to improve my wrestling, and always trying to improve my wrestling. I was fortunate enough to work with Ben Askren over a couple years. And now he's in the UFC, so hopefully he'll be back at Roufus Sport.
Wait, Ben Askren's in the UFC? I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, he's in the UFC.
No, I know. It was
UFC, right?
Yeah, he's been everywhere. Every social media platform Ben Askren's been on, killing it.
So let me ask you that then. So how do you see Ben Askren doing in the UFC? So we've all wanted to see him compete. He's finally in here picking fights with everybody, right? But we all think Ben Askren will thrive and succeed. Do you see that as well?
Yeah, I definitely agree he's going to. You know what? I mean, he retired for like that little second, a second there. But he's back. He's in the UFC. I think he's where he wants to be now, and that changes a lot of things, So I think that we're not going to see anything different. He's going to go in there and he's going to finish these guys. People wanted finishes, and what did Ben start doing? Start finishing everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can you ask for?
He's been a champion everywhere he goes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he almost went back to Bellator. I don't want to, I'm just saying I think they wanted him back. He had just ended up being their champion again and whooping on that whole division. Yeah. So I think it was just that time that he's here. And I can't wait to see him fight. I think I don't know what he's walking around at right now, but I think if they add that 165 division, it'd be interesting to see who's throwing. I made a post. Who's rock, paper, or who's going to get the 165, 175 division? Tyron, Woodley, or Ben Askren? I said they're going to rock, paper, scissors.
Listen, that was my next question for you, was the 165-pound division. So Ben Askren has expressed interest in fighting Khabib, but it would only work if they would be able to meet in the middle because 155 is tough for him, and Khabib isn't big enough to go. Well, he probably is, but he wouldn't want to go all the way up to 170. Do you like the idea of just the concept of it? Every 10 pounds, 165, maybe a 175. You love it?
Why not? Why not? Why not open it up, especially if they took out the 125 division? Why not just add it in? It's nice because I heard ONE FC that they're coming to the U.S. So I mean, all those 125ers that were dropped, they can go right over to ONE FC. But why not have every 10 pounds? Because I think they have that big leap from like 205 to like 260 or something.
That's the number one for me. We talked about it on just another podcast. We just had Michael Beast Boy Davis on. They need a 215 or a 225. It seems like the light heavyweight to the heavyweights, there's just an extreme 55-pound weight class that's wide open. Imagine DC around 225, other heavyweights around in that picture, light heavyweights that could gain a little bit more weight. Maybe like John Jones, he's probably a big light heavyweight. 225, another title for John Jones, can be a champ.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything's up in the air, and I hope they add the 165 division. I feel like that division would be stacked. I feel like a fight between Ben Askren and Khabib would be crazy. I don't even know.
Yes.
like the ground and pound. I don't even know what to call it.
They're the best wrestlers, arguably, of all time in MMA. I have a question for you. It's a hard question. Now, I don't want you to be the spokesperson, the representative for Tyron Woodley, but if you can, by any means, add some clarification to it. What is going on with Tyron Woodley? Is he fighting Colby? Because there's so much going on with your camp as far as the 170-pound weight division with Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley. So is there any way you can kind of clarify that a little bit?
I don't really know. To be perfectly honest, I haven't seen or heard anything. So
right.
I don't know, but I just know that they need to, wherever they should just not give him so much stuff. I feel like everyone gives him so much stuff, you know what I mean? Like he goes in there and he fights,
right?
And isn't that his job? You know what I mean? So he fought. Did he fight Till twice? Or?
Best performance he's had,
just once. But Tyron Woodley, not just because you're on, Jordan. Tyron Woodley's the most underrated champion in mixed martial arts. He
really is.
He's amazing. He hasn't lost.
He's a super nice guy, and he's outgoing. How long was Mighty Mouse a champion and nobody knew who the hell he was?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you were really in MMA, you didn't really know, I forgot about that 125 division. Because Mighty Mouse destroyed that division and then went to ONE FC. So you got somebody that's a little bit more outspoken like Woodley, and he's nice. I mean, maybe not everything he says is nice. I don't know. But
for everybody listening, this is Jordan Griffin. We're on Instagram live right now. Download, subscribe to the Locked In podcast. Jordan, the name of the podcast is Locked In. That's giving us our best predictions. Locked In, LeBron James will win a championship. Do you have a Locked In for your fight coming up?
Oh, man, I think my Locked In is we're going to have a war. There's going to be blood everywhere. There might be a little bit of my blood, but it's going to mostly be his blood. It's going to be Dan Ige's blood. And then I think we might have a little jiu-jitsu tussle. And then, but I think for the most part, it's going to be I'm going to catch him. He's going to drop, and I'm going to slip in a fast submission. So. Okay,
so submission of the night. That'd be a good little bonus for you, hopefully, Jordan. It's right before the holiday season.
To me.
Absolutely. One last question. You mentioned ONE FC a couple times. It looks like they just signed a mega big deal with TBS, a 3-year deal. I saw that it's your dream to be in the UFC. It's almost every mixed martial artist's dream to be in the UFC. Is it now getting to the point that Bellator, PFL, ONE FC, is it okay to get mega money somewhere else? Or for a mixed martial artist, is it always the dream to be in the UFC?
That's a hard question to say. I think I remember Ben Askren saying something like, I just want to show that you can get money anywhere. And I think that really spoke like a lot to me because I think, I'm never going to say that I don't want to be in the UFC. I want to be here forever. I want to retire from UFC,
Right.
This is where everyone dreams to be. This is the top level, But I think it is nice that people are getting chances to make money elsewhere.
Yep.
I think you know what I mean? Like, why not? And they're able to showcase their skills elsewhere. And then eventually, if they want to come to the UFC, or let's say they had a bad run in the UFC, they can don't worry, it's not over. You can still go make good money elsewhere and then come back if you want to, and I think that's awesome, because there's a lot of fighters in the game, and we should all get paid, especially the ones that put in the extra work.
Hell yeah, I agree.
100% agree. Jordan, if the floor is yours, do you have any sponsors you want to throw out, social media followings, teammates, loved ones? The floor is yours.
I just like to thank all my family and friends. Thank you for always supporting me and being by my side. I'd like to thank Roufus Sport. That's family right there, Roufus Sport. I like to thank Raystart Training. I like to thank Pre-Post Nutrition and the Sala Kombucha. Yeah, that what is that? That fermented tea is amazing. It's good for your body, so drink that. And I'd like to thank Combat Corner, one of my bigger sponsors too. Combat Corner, a huge MMA distributor. Native American Fight Gear, or Native American Fighter. Always like to thank them. And then it's pretty cool. But I'd like to thank Bad River. I didn't know that the UFC was going to make a Bad River crest. So I'll have a Bad River crest on all of my fight shorts and everything every time I fight.
Very cool.
So I didn't know that. I was like, cool.
Very cool. Now, I saw your tees on Facebook. Your tees are looking fresh. They're looking fresh for this fight coming up.
Oh yeah, right? I was like, what? Everything they do, everything the UFC does, just wows me. I'm like a little kid. I'm just like, oh my God. They're like, oh yeah, well, if you don't like those shoes, we can give you other shoes. I'm like, what?
Next time we talk, we're going to have to actually be live with you in Starbucks next time.
Yeah, definitely. Where are you guys at? Where are you guys located at?
Daytona Beach, Florida.
Yeah, I need to come visit you, man. I need to fuck this Starbucks.
You're welcome anytime. We got to...
I'm about to jump through this screen.
It's cold here. It's 66 degrees right now.
People in Wisconsin be walking around in shorts at 66.
You're welcome anytime. Our house is big. We got a couple kids living with us. We can have a family date. We'll love it.
We can go daddy mode, bro. I got a kid, too.
Absolutely. We could go see the Grinch Christmas movie together. Absolutely, my man.
Oh, I want to go see that, actually.
It's great. It's great. It's great.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Nice.
We appreciate your time, man.
Appreciate you, man. Good luck this Saturday night. Stay healthy. Get the W, all right?
Awesome. See ya.
Thank you.